Welcome to the Transforming Healthcare Coaching Podcast, where we bring you guidance and coaching perspectives so that you can level up in your life and work. Hi there. We want healthcare to be different. As coaches, we want all healthcare clinicians and leaders to thrive, and our goal is to provide you with valuable insights, expert interviews, and practical advice to empower you on your path to becoming a better version of you at work and life. I'm your host, Lillian Liang Emlet, and I am joined each week by our incredible and diverse team of energy leadership coaches and guest speakers to bring you coaching perspectives to expand your awareness and inspire you to action. We believe that by empowering each individual within the healthcare community, we can create a ripple effect of positive change. And we look forward to the journey with you from Transforming Healthcare Coaching. So we're super excited for today, which is our very first inaugural podcast episodes. And I'm Lily. I'm the founder and CEO, and I'm super excited to introduce to you today our team of coaches from many disciplines who are all trained in energy leadership coaching. We help healthcare clinicians with a wide variety of concerns, including well-being, performance, transitions, executive leadership, and team and group coaching. All of us have worked or are still currently working in healthcare. So you know, with our coaches, we understand what you are going through day in and day out. And so today we're going to answer some of the most common questions people ask us about the importance, the impact, and effectiveness of coaching for healthcare clinicians and leaders. And what exactly is energy leadership coaching? In our company, all of our coaches are graduates of the Institute for Professional Excellence in Coaching, commonly referred to as IPEC, as an international coaching federation accredited program since 2002. And as you'll see, central to our practice, we use the Energy Leadership Index, or ELI, which is a research-backed assessment tool that helps our clients gain awareness on where and how you are investing your energy currently, so that we can partner with you as your coach to support you where you want to go at work and in life. And then lastly, what sets us apart from other companies providing coaching services to healthcare clinicians is that our goal is to support everyone working in healthcare, because we believe that it is an interprofessional, interdisciplinary sport. We aren't just for executives or physicians or nurses. Here, you'll find a community for everyone who wants to make a difference in leveling up their careers and lives as healthcare clinicians and leaders. I know some of you are listening and may be thinking, I'm not a leader, and so maybe this isn't for me. And we believe that everyone is a leader in your own life and in your own sphere of influence. And our goal is to raise the consciousness and personal development for everyone in healthcare. And what we really want this inaugural episode of our podcast to be about is getting to know all of us, our coaches, and why we do this work. So without further ado, I'm going to go around and have all of our coaches today introduce themselves and tell us a little bit about their perspectives on coaching in healthcare, both clinicians and leaders. And I'm going to go ahead and start with Amy.
Hi, everyone. My name's Amy Bubser, and welcome to Transforming Healthcare. I really enjoy supporting healthcare professionals on their journey to rediscover their purpose and reignite their enthusiasm for what they do. Most recently, I was an ultrasound technologist in the New York City area. I loved and thrived working in the healthcare arena as a piece of a puzzle of a whole team giving great care. Many years prior to that, I practiced as a body-mind therapist, working in a similar fashion as I do now in coaching, helping people find their best and healthiest selves, working with their obstacles and how to heal and navigate change. Currently, I'm a transition coach or a career coach, and one of the most fulfilling things I do with clients is helping them uncover their core strengths and reconnect to why they do what they do. And it's incredible how this simple reminder of how our skills and motivation can reshape our professional lives. And it also gives a big jolt to our energy. I'm a big believer in finding joy in one's work and life, whether it's fulfillment, satisfaction, or simply finding that flow we enjoy working in. I'll be sharing strategies and insights with this group to help you explore these elements. And I'm here to support you. If you're seeking guidance and want to brainstorm on your goals, I'm happy to connect and partner with you.
Thanks so much, Amy. Next is Griselda.
Hello, everyone. I'm Griselda Anguiano, and I'm so excited to be here today. I'm a general pediatrician and have been focusing on mental health since 2019. I live in San Antonio, Texas with my husband of over 18 years and two awesome teenagers who keep us busy. I came across coaching as I was searching for tools to support my patients and more specifically to support parents while raising their neurodiverse children. I had heard of coaching, but little did I know the transformative impact that would provide for not only my patients and their families, but my own life.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Next is going to be Jillian.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gillian Faith, and I've worked in healthcare in both Scotland and in the US. I currently live in Colorado, and my background is in rehabilitation services, both clinical and leadership positions. This was very satisfying work after 15 years, and due to some burnout and an inherent interest in people management and organizations, I found myself in the human resources field. I've also studied management, and I became certified as a professional coach. I'm a mother to a son and two daughters, and I love challenging workouts and spending time in nature. Coaching for me is about partnering with individuals, teams, and organizations, and I love to see the shifts in thoughts and feelings, which then lead to new and better behaviors and more success. I choose to work in healthcare as I love supporting our trusted leaders and clinicians who work to build high-performing teams in complex organizations. I get satisfaction from helping clients gain awareness about how they show up as a leader and also figuring out next steps in building their teams and meeting their goals. My clients tell me that they approach difficult situations with more ease and confidence, especially where performance, communication, and conflict is concerned. Anything I can do in a coaching relationship to help a client reduce anxiety and stress is always important to me because we all know the serious negative consequences of chronic anxiety and stress.
Thanks so much, Jillian. And Klaus?
Hello, everyone. My name's Klaus Grimm, and I've been working as a emergency medicine and urgent care physician assistant in the Boston area. Alongside my clinical practice, I also have the privilege of serving as a lead preceptor for Tufts University PA students. I get to help guide the next generation of healthcare professionals. However, my experiences have also opened my eyes to the challenges posed by our healthcare system, especially the toll it takes on frontline healthcare workers. And I personally experienced the transformative power of coaching during challenging times. It really became my compass, guiding me to turn my goals into reality. I believe in the power of forever learning and finding harmony between our personal and professional lives. As healthcare workers, we carry immense responsibilities, and I believe it's essential to care for ourselves along the way. I'm passionate about extending this transformative power coaching to my fellow healthcare workers, especially those in demanding specialties and recent graduates facing challenges of today's healthcare environment, and really empowering them to embrace their full potential and become the driving force behind positive change in their lives and within the healthcare system. Thank you. And Lily, I'm sure we all want to hear about you.
Thanks, Klaus. So a little bit about me, I wear many hats. I'm an adult intensivist, emergency physician, and simulation educator. I'm also a single mom, Peloton junkie, and a foodie. I went back to school and became a certified professional coach during the pandemic, mostly because of the pandemic, right? It shook up everybody's lives. And I also experienced the power of coaching my own life. And then I started this group. And so I'm super excited to be able to find aligned people who want to help all of healthcare together. And so I guess I'm curious, Griselda, what led you to coaching?
Yeah. So for me, it was trying to find different ways to support my patients. And little did I know what it was going to do. And I loved how learning about myself enabled me to transform my life.
I think all of our journeys to coaching is very different, as we know. But for me, it was burnout. During COVID, I was experiencing a lot of burnout, and I had a taste of coaching during PA school during one of my VA rotations. Initially, I thought this coaching journey was more going to focus on me and just uplifting me and getting myself out of burnout, but turned out it did so much more. And through that, being a client through coaching really made me want to bring this out there to the healthcare community because I can see the need that so many of us could benefit from.
I want to talk about what got me into coaching. I had mentioned I'm a transition coach and I do work with people in career transitions. I was working in New York City during COVID, so it was really intense. We all took care of each other as far as the employees together, and the patients were fine. But what I found repeating again and again was what every single person was going through so much. Of course, I was going through stuff too, but hearing the intensity of what people were going through, and it involved, obviously, we all know so much change in our lives. I thrive in change. I've reinvented myself several times and I've done it successfully. It's not easy, but I've done it. And I felt like I had a new calling and a new role to help people navigate all these changes because these weren't things they chose, whereas I made choices to make changes. So I really wanted to help people with what they were going through. And then, of course, I have this passion for working with healthcare workers and everything that they're dealing with.
Yeah, and for me, it was using coaching informally throughout my healthcare career, but then also in the human resources field. It's just a natural part of what I do. So I thought it would be really good to get certified and use it in more situations. I really love being the catalyst for change, and I love to see the shifts in thinking, the light bulbs that go on, and the proved success and professional and personal development as a result. So I really love to see people grow and develop in their positions and also in their personal life.
I guess I want to start as a topic for us to chat together is talk about with our audience, what exactly is coaching?
Lily, I think it would be helpful to maybe talk about what coaching isn't first. I think a lot of people are confused with coaching and think, well, is this like therapy? And what we do may be therapeutic, but it isn't true therapy. The way we like to describe what coaching is taking you from the present to the future, whereas therapy is more getting you from the past to the present. Coaching is really this partnership that, at least the way we do it here at Transforming Healthcare Coaching, where we meet one-on-one with a client who has a desire to make positive changes in their lives. And what coaching does is help facilitate positive changes that are unique to that client in a very confidential, safe, and really comfortable space to have that learning and that personalized growth.
So from my point of view, coaching, it's a relationship where we are holding the space for our client to have powerful conversations. If there's blocks, limiting beliefs, or different interpretations that's going on in the client's world, then we like to try it and identify those and work on those. Coaching provides a confidential, personal space where people can voice concerns. They can talk about pretty much anything, and they can use their coach to help them achieve whatever it is they want to achieve. Sometimes coaching has had a bad rap over the years because people are asked to work with a coach if they have performance issues or if they're struggling on the job. But I would like to emphasize that we don't approach it like that. We approach it as a nice, safe space so that we can help. We can be your partner in whatever it is you want to achieve.
I'm really into tangible results in people's lives. We're doing coaching, but what is it for? So what we also like to do is take some long-term goals, or what are the overarching goals of clients? And this could be different for everybody. And sometimes you discover that in the coaching. And then also to have goals per each time we meet each other so that you're taking steps forward in whatever the priority is at that time, and always working towards whatever that person's goals are. And I like to call it like a Sherpa. Not everyone knows what a Sherpa is, but it's like in the Andes Mountains. There are these people who carry the gear and the equipment for the people who want to climb these mountains. And they're the ones who really guide them. And they make sure they stay within the guardrails per se. And they really help these people reach their goal to get to the top of the mountain. And so that's how I feel like we are in coaching. You're doing the work. It's your goals, your vision, and we are really a committed advocate to help you get to where you want to go.
I love that, Amy. The biggest thing that I've seen with coaching is how you get to start anywhere. You get to the biggest, one of the foundation principles of the way you show up for anything is the way you show up for everything. I like to see when a child says, I want to get better at my video games, and just using that concept and then increasing their energy while they're playing helps them to show up better in their family, gets them to help show up better in the classroom. So I really like to see that transformation. Or when a parent, we know how hard it is to work all day, especially if you're on call and doing all these things. But we know how we like to show up at work and to be ready for our patients. So how can we do that for our families as well? And just what's coming to mind right now is just thinking about balance. We all are looking for that balance, and it's not necessarily 50-50 because it's really difficult to do that. But yet having that satisfaction and that living consciously, both at home and at work, I think that's what coaching for me is, to be able to deliver that.
I love all those perspectives. And I think another common thing that people get confused with is the fact that a mentor really helps you find the path towards a particular career or content that you've already seen. And they hold out their hands so you can walk with them along projects to get there, right? In terms of a leadership position or this is how you do it. Coaches actually can forge into the unknown. Coaches can actually help you go into a place that you may or may not necessarily have a role model to be able to walk alongside of. And different from therapy, where you're looking backwards to make sense of things, we only look forward to be able to co-create with you the vision that might change as you discover yourself and discover where that path might lead, rather than somebody else's already pre-described journey and employment hierarchy of academic promotion or business promotion and things like that. I'm curious for all of you, what's your favorite part about the coaching practice? Like the things that your clients in healthcare have been able to accomplish, the things that they've come to you for, that you've been able to see actualized?
A lot of the clients that I see are those that are struggling with burnout, whether that be that they recognize that they're experiencing burnout, or some of the symptoms and signs are now presenting themselves, and having to actually name the burnout, I think, and taking that new knowledge and awareness, that awareness of this is not working for me, and making these changes that are so positive for my client. And that's completely unique and tailored to each client. Everyone has different needs, different desires, different goals, and seeing them accomplish these goals and live happier lives just in a 60-minute session. I mean, we can even get that across in a 30-minute session. You could see those shifts, and then meeting every week, every other week, and seeing those changes just exponentially happening quicker and quicker. And so I think just that positive journey that just happens so quickly just by working with my clients, I think is a beautiful process to be part of.
I've also done some work with managers and new leaders. And I find that when people gain more confidence in themselves as a leader, it has a ripple effect throughout their division or their department. And sometimes, leaders need to gain awareness of how they're showing up every day. Sometimes they're not giving themselves credit for the things that they do well. We can be very critical on ourselves. And I like to see that shift from doubting ourselves and being critical to being more confident. For more established leaders, sometimes it's lonely at the top and they don't often have a peer to talk to. So to create a space where a more established and more senior leader can come and talk about confidential issues, conflicts, transitions, whatever they may be, I think can be a very valuable relationship and time well spent.
I love that, Jillian. I'll probably second that too, the fact that it does get lonely the higher up you go. And that sometimes, especially in places where you're maybe potentially a minority or a new recruit, or you enter a new organization, it's hard to know who you can trust. And that the trying to hold up all ends of the different identities that we often hold as a woman leader, you're often also trying to man all kinds of identities and roles at home too, whether it be being a parent, being a partner to somebody. And those are a lot of things to carry any given time. And so with a coach, you can actually holistically improve everything. And when one thing improves, actually, there's bleed over effect into the other areas of your life, which is why I feel like a lot of times with a lot of my clients, it's that moment just to know they can just unleash their burdens upon us as coaches, take rest, and then replenish themselves with their foundation of what fills them up. And once one thing gets better, another thing gets better, because we often have so many different things we're juggling at any given time, different teams and different things that we're trying to improve upon it all simultaneously, of course.
Yes, and definitely in the healthcare field, right? Talking about bleed over or the ripple effect. And I think, what's coming up for me right now is, someone in healthcare or not in healthcare, right? It's like we all want that validation and to know that we have choice. So I think that's a big thing that people in the healthcare field or even just anyone that we meet is when they have a conflict. I say that it's usually when there's something's not jiving with your values, with your morals. And so having that time with your coach to be able to explore those and knowing that you are at choice. Sometimes it's just for your coach to say, would you like to do it? Right? That's another part of coaching, right? That we come to you knowing that you are perfect just the way you are. We're not here to change you. We're not here to help you see things our way. And so it's asking those powerful questions and just allowing you to see that you are at choice. And that opens so many more opportunities, especially as we go up in those energy levels.
So I really love when I work with people and they get reconnected to why they're doing what they're doing. And that happens a lot in healthcare because the burnout is very real, the stress, the bottom line, and having that reconnection to not only what your purpose is, but also what your gifts are and how you do your job. And having that awareness and having that reflection, because it's really whatever the person is saying. I'm not just filling them up with ideas. I hear them. And out of these sessions where they really brand themselves and rediscover or revocalize what they actually do, I see the confidence come out. I see that they get very motivated intrinsically and want to then move forward to the next level of what it was they came for in the first place. So that's really, it's rewarding for me to have it happen, but really for them and for their life and moving forward. And it gives them that spring in their step again when they go back to work. And then now they're focusing on the next moment or the next goal. So that's one thing that really comes out in the work I do with people.
I love all these perspectives. It's so lovely to hear how everyone shows up and what people are able to accomplish and achieve through the power of coaching. And so to wrap up, I want to actually ask the most common question we get about our coaching practice. And that is, so what's special about a coaching practice and what exactly is energy leadership coaching in our own words?
What's special about all of us, like you mentioned at the beginning, we all do or have worked in the healthcare field. And there are trends and there are commonalities and there are languages that we all speak. And so that in itself really gives a head start to people to jump in and start working with our group. And it's just so nice, everyone, to have that validation of what they're going through. And we know we've been there. And then we get into your second part of the question, Lily, what is energy leadership coaching? So with that, we then branch off and really look at the energy that everybody brings into the room and how we work with our clients. It just gives a whole new perspective to every situation and not just work related. People can take it home and apply it to their home, their relationships, and really helping people to see a new perspective or how they experience different levels of energy and how to move through their life with more grace and ease as they work through this.
I think that's fantastic what you just said, Amy. And yes, we are all or have been working in healthcare. So there is this common language that we all share. But at the same time, I'm sure Griselda, Jillian, Lily, Amy, you guys can speak to this, but we've all had coaches. We've all been coached. And we know this transformative power that coaching has. And what's unique really about us is through this coaching program that we all attended, this very well-known program, IPEC, we use energy leadership to really empower change, gain awareness of where their energy lies in everyday life. And Lily, I think you touched on this in the beginning. I think that was one thing that scared me off a little bit was this whole leadership that tied in with energy. And I had all these, what we call little gremlins saying, I'm not a leader. I'm just a healthcare worker. But we are all leaders in our own lives. And that's where that definition and that word leadership comes from when we talk about energy. And where does that energy falling in your everyday life, and how can we harness the energy that we want and use it and apply it to other aspects of life.
And I would like to add on, when it comes to energy leadership, people that work in healthcare tend to be people that like to provide the service. They do good work. They care about people. It's coming from the heart. So they're putting a lot of energy out there. And some people, including myself, I went through this, became very drained because we're giving so much. So I think we see that a lot in healthcare, and I think we can all relate to that. And the Energy Leadership Program can help us figure out what's draining us in our life and career and what's energizing us. And let's try and get a better balance going. If you give during the day at work and then you go home and do the same to family, then, perhaps you're not taking enough time for yourself to replenish and re-energize.
I think what I'd add, I love what everyone's saying, is the more you learn about energy and the more you learn that you can increase your energy, you can change the level you're operating in, it gives you this power is what keeps coming to mind. Just that power that you can say, I can be angry that I'm here and I'm covering another shift, or that I'm on call now, or you can say, hey, there's an opportunity. I love what I do. I'm here for a purpose. And if we show up with that thought, again, there's that bleed over, that ripple effect that your team will show up that way too. And sometimes knowing that I'm here for a purpose just opens up so many other ways to look at things. And we do hear better. We do listen better. We can be better diagnosticians. We can be better, just the service that we provide. And with a lot less, the dragon force or that the catabolic energy that we discuss a lot in our coaching.
I love all of those perspectives. And it's funny because I always just think about the fact that what keeps me going, at least, is the fact that like energy attracts like energy, that you want to be with other positively minded people and people are going to propel you forward and give you the ability to accomplish all the things you want to do. If we think about all the things that we all want in life, is time, money, and probably energy to be able to go do all the things, enjoy all the things, be all the things. And I think for me, when I looked at different coaching frameworks, and there are many different psychologically based, rigorously tested frameworks for how people are coached, many of them being very cognitive, only thinking. What I love about the energy leadership perspective is that it allows people who also feel and think via their body, their spirituality, to all be encompassed with energy. Because when you say, oh, I have energy to do this, it makes sense. It's actually simple and it's physiologic. We all remember back in the day, physiology, as Grisella just mentioned, catabolic versus anabolic. We remember what all those kinds of words means. And we hope that we actually provide a lot of anabolic transformation for all of our clients and each other. And together, as we raise consciousness, are able to make better change. And as Jillian said earlier, create the ripple effect for our teams, for each other, our families, and most importantly, for ourselves. And I just want to come to a close for our episode today. We're really glad that everybody stayed with us to the end of this episode, and just wanted to thank you so much for listening. We would love it if you hit subscribe so that you never miss an episode. We hope you'll tune in to next week's session. And please email us for anything you want us to cover. Please email us at podcast@transforminghealthcarecoaching.com. Share it with your friends and colleagues and leave us a review. If you like what we offer, find us at our website, transforminghealthcarecoaching.com. And together, we will transform healthcare one person at a time.